Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Atlas. For those of you guys that are brand new to my channel, don't worry, I do things other than cryptocurrencies, like I'm doing the analysis on AMC and GME in today's video, but I've also covered other stocks in the past, and I plan on doing more stuff in the stock market. So if you guys are new to the channel and you want to stay up to date for some of the latest news that's going on in stocks as well as cryptocurrencies are my forte, then make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up like button as well. Let's try and get this video to at least 100 likes and click the bell icon so you know whenever we have a new video. You guys are absolutely awesome. I appreciate all of you guys being here, and I got some interesting things to go over with you guys today. All right, so we have the closure for the week. We're now in the aftermarket hours for AMC. It's currently at 8:05, lingering just a little bit below. It's actually, sorry, 8:06, so just slightly above what the daily candle close was. Still got a little bit time left in the day before we end up having to wait till the weekend's done and then we come back for the next week. But I have a feeling that next week is going to be very interesting, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. So we'll take a look at the charts for AMC and for GME, but first let's go over some of the other key points that I want to talk about. First off, this was actually posted yesterday. I didn't talk about this in yesterday's video, but I'm going to discuss this today. This was posted by Ryan Cohen, who's associated with GameStop, and this little picture right here, right? It's like, well, what the heck is this? This is very cryptic, because he had another picture he did recently that was of the ice cream cone. And so a lot of people are trying to speculate what this means. How does this tie in relationship to GameStop? And I thought this person right here, Cycles WP on Twitter, which by the way, I'm on Twitter too. If you guys want to check me out, I'm at Atlas Official TV. My name's right here on the bottom left-hand side. But this guy, he said pets.com was a failed venture. And that's what this is a relationship to. You can even see the little pets.com in the background there. Chewy, Ryan's old company, was able to take their business model and have great success with it. The emoji is referring to pets.com, as many were referring to the old GameStop, right? So people are like sick of how it used to be. Ryan will give the Chewy treatment to GameStop. So it's about that encouragement of us bringing GameStop and fixing it up and being able to recover from all this, right? So that's not a guaranteed thing for this picture, but I do think that the response that this guy says sounds very logical by that standard, right? So that's something to keep in mind in regards to that of what's going on with GameStop side. GameStop stocks settled this week shy of $10 billion market cap. They had a 35% weekly gain, which is absolutely amazing. By the end of Friday, trading the stock posted a weekly gain of about 35%, modest compared with last week's 150% gain. Still, that 35% gain is the 8th best weekly gain in the stock's history, with 400% being the best back in late January. The 4 best weekly gains for the stock occurred between a 6-week period in 2021 as investors targeted the stock in mass. By the close, volume surpassed 30 million shares, compared with a 10-day average daily volume of 50.3 million and a 52-week average daily volume of 14.4 million, right? So we closed out with more than the 52-week the 52-week average daily volume, and it was a little bit less than that of the last 10-day average. Now, furthermore, okay, so this website is one of the locations I've been showing you guys as far as for the short shares available. I've seen other streamers use this kind of thing as well. I'm continuing to do my research and expanding out my knowledge into not only the stock market, but also cryptocurrency space, but most predominantly into the stock market as of recent. And with this, right, it's showing that for, this is for GME, for GameStop right here. I'm going to go and refresh the page just so we can make sure that everything is the most up-to-date is what we have right here. It says time since last change right here, and it shows short shares available, 1 million there. The short fee borrow rates is at 1.66. So this is for GameStop, and if you actually go take a look over here, you guys can see that it's essentially the same thing. And this is actually showing a lot more references. So I don't know if I'm really going to use the Fintel anymore. I've seen other people refer to the iBorrow desk, and I'm probably just going to try and keep it in relationship to that. So here we go. We got 1.7% looking at this right here, and then trailing it back to the previous day, that's 1.9%. So the fee percentage has actually dropped down just slightly, and the available shares to short has actually increased. So ideally, we would want to see this go down and the fee rate to actually go up. And by comparison, if we scale back here, you guys can see it's all right around the same range, but it's actually been going down a little bit. So this is back on March 2nd, for example, that's at 3.1%, dropping down to 2.1, 1.9, 2, there's like a 1.8 there, 1.9, 1.8, 1.7. It's just progressively going down, right? So this is annualized, this fee right here. And the fact that this is going down means that it's not really that risky for people to be shorting this. And the fact that there's more available shares as well gives them more leeway to do it. So I'd say the biggest thing is the amount of volume that's been going on with GameStop. And although the shorting positions, there's still more that's available to go on. It looks like a lot of people are not wanting to really participate in the shorting of this, especially given its current position. So the short interest itself, though, is interestingly quite high. So if we go over here to the high short interest stocks, you guys can see that GameStop is listed at the very top with 41.22%. The float and the outstanding, this is actually a really good metric right here because the outstanding is just slightly more than that of what is actually considered on the float. So that's very interesting, right? So the 41.22% GameStop is listed here. Number one, sure. What about AMC? Because everyone's been talking about AMC. Well, interestingly enough, if I type in AMC, it doesn't even show up on this list, right? So for page one, which is 40 different stocks being listed that could be possible out of this, it's not even in the top 40. So that's saying something right there, and I think you guys should keep that in mind. Now, if we go look over at AMC on the iBorrow desk side like this, once again, I'm going to go and refresh the page just to make sure that everything is as of the most recent right here. And I'm going to go ahead and set that up in orange. So the fee rate for this is 11.6%. The available shares are 300,000. Still quite a bit. And you can see from the previous day of that closure, the last point of reference, that was 10.3% and 250,000. So in this regard, the fee is actually increasing a little bit, which is good news. The available shares for shorting has increased as well. That's not as good. So it's kind of a mix between these things, and I want to just be transparent with everybody when we're taking a look at these charts, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and hop over to the charts right now and see what is going on with AMC. So as I mentioned, in the post market, it's at $8.06, just slightly above that $8 region zone. And it's been forming this descending triangle pattern here. I've talked about this in previous videos. And realistically, what we have going on in the next daily candle, it's going to be outside of this region zone, okay? So we have the weekend, right? This is for March 5th. So we have 6, 7, that's Saturday and Sunday. Here's the 8th. So at this point, if we keep at this price, right, we can actually be on a bullish trend position off of the descending triangle pattern as long as we stay above, realistically, $6.75. I hope you guys understand that, right? Because we have multiple days with this descending pattern, that it's much easier for us to be considered out of the level of resistance because of that. So that in itself is going to be a bullish sign. The RSI is more than likely going to be pulling off to the side. If this stays in sort of like a consolidated phase, then right around when we come back on the weekday here on the March 5th position, March 9th, we got 6, 7, 8th, sorry. So wait, what? Oh, that's interesting. I'm so used to the... Okay, then. I'm so used to when I do the crypto stuff that it shows every single day, but I guess because it's stock, it goes from March 5th, and then the next line is literally the 8th. My brain went and thinking that there was going to be a gap here. So I apologize about that, guys. So for March 8th, it needs to be above $7.80. Right now, it is looking quite good, but we don't need much of a movement to still be considered into a bullish trend, having broken out of that level of resistance. What does that happen to me there, dude? And to it being a level of resistance going into a bullish trend. I just messed up my words so much right there, and I almost felt like I was about to have a stroke. God. I'm sorry. Let's get ourselves together on this, guys. So things are looking good. Things are looking very good. Let's go through our levels of where we need to try and push through first, okay? If it decides that it wants to go up, we're going to see some resistance at $8.48. A level above that, actually, no, $8.48. I think that was, that's right. Okay. I used one of these lines previously for something else. I just want to double check. So we got $8.48. The next level up above that is going to be at $8.94. That's part of the Fibonacci sequence. A further continuation up is going to be $9.42. Then we break up to a high level zone that's breaking above $11 once again, $11.15. A further continuation up, we got $13.30. Then we got $16.46. Then it's really popping. We got $20.35. And because we didn't actually break through on this daily candle right here, I'm going to go ahead and move this over towards the next daily candle position on March 8th, just assuming that we do use that as a breakout zone. Then by this comparison, we could actually see a high going up towards $23.25. And then at that point, we're basically entering into more or less like a price discovery type zone. Now, what's actually really interesting is if we really scale out this on the daily charts here, you guys can see that we had a price point of AMC at one point back in like March of 2015. That was right around $36, $36.27 right there. We see a couple other points of reference here in 2016. The movie theaters are starting to open up a lot more now with COVID restrictions being cut down and stuff. So this is looking quite bullish from a lot of different angles. They're supposed to be having their annual report, their quarterly report, of revenue, and obviously because of everything that happened with the lockdown and stuff, no one's expecting them to have basically made anything. So I wouldn't really factor that in for much of anything, right? Now, if this decides it wants to go down, we could see support at $7.76, another level down on the 21 MA. It's going to be right around $7.47. We have another level of support at $6.22, and then at $5.37. Volume has actually been quite low by comparison, so the calm before the storm with everything, the market itself in the last couple weeks has been pretty rough, not just for the stock market, but for crypto too. A lot of stuff going on with the bonds, with yield rates changes, the Fed's talking about inflation, and then there's other stuff going on in the world of crypto I could go on about, but we're focusing on AMC and GME in this video. And so, you go down low for so long until it starts to swing back up, and the direction is going to be questioned as whether it's going up or down, right? So right now, things are bullish. We're above the 21 MA. We're about to break above the level of resistance right here in this descending triangle-based pattern, low volume. Right now, a lot of indicators are suggesting a good sign, okay? And I'm being very transparent with you guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't ask me directly what you guys should or should not invest in, but I do hope that sharing the news and the technical analysis with you guys is going to be helpful and very valuable. So right here over on the RSI as well, it's a little bit above the average zone, 53.66. It's got plenty of room to grow. So if this thing really starts popping, even just from a fundamental RSI side, not even factoring in if it's a bull market, right? You still got plenty of room to move with this stuff. So that's what's going on with the AMC. GameStop is a pretty close reflection. The narrative is just slightly different though, okay? So this has already broken above the level of resistance here, now forming as a level of support, and has actually had a couple green candles, right? So suggesting that trend of having broken out is good. And on top of that, it's got 3 daily candle closures. So typically with the trend, the strongest element is going to be formed after 3 instances. 2 is like a good indicator. 3 is like, all right, we formed a pretty strong basis. So the percentage chances of this going up further on Monday are stronger than it going down. Let me go and clarify that again. We have 3 daily candle closures above this descending level of this triangle pattern, right? So now that we've broken above that, we're entering into a bullish market. We're still above the 21 EMA. All the sentiment that's going on in the industry space, like if other stocks are dropping, a lot of people are looking for a safe haven asset. And let's be honest, GameStop's kind of been proving that point. People are like, well, GameStop doesn't care if the rest of the market's doing bad. Apes together strong, diamond hands, right? So let's all just try and pump this together. So it closed out at $137.74, is currently just barely down. I mean, we're talking 9 cents, 137.65. If this decides that it wants to go up on Monday on the new daily candle position, right here, we're still going to be above that level of resistance, so we don't have to worry about that much, right? But realistically, we're going to be looking to try and pass above some of these little tops that we have right here, okay? These aren't really strong indicators because there's not a lot of instances of them, but you want to scale it as you go through each step, right? So not much resistance, but let's take a look at $143.03. Get above that, then get above $148.08. Get above what we had today at $152.29. But realistically, Let's make sure we get above this high point. This high point is at $184. Then we get through the Fibonacci sequences. That's going to be at $193.54. Then we got $248.54. Then we have $303.80, well, basically $304, right? And then we keep going up, baby. 382.68. We got another one here at 482.70. And then up to this high level zone. Realistically, we could see it push to $565.86. If the level of volume pushes up, right, you don't necessarily need to have a whole bunch of short sellers. If most people are buying and each person is buying it from the last person at a higher price, it could also cause this to push up. And FOMO is a huge playing part with this stuff. People wish that they would have caught this the first time that it happened. If this thing starts to rally heavily, guess what? A lot of people could come into this market space and push with that. Based on those other charts that I showed you guys, though, just so you know, as far as like a gamma squeeze goes, this isn't really looking like the picture perfect type of scenario. It was looking a lot more like that back in this kind of phase. But that doesn't mean that we can't have the price skyrocket still up. I'm just talking about some of the simple metrics that are used to take a look at like that prime opportunity on this stuff. GameStop and the circumstances right now are pretty unusual. Let's be totally honest on that, okay? Now, if this decides that it wants to go down, we got to be totally aware of that situation. Right now, we are going to be taking a look at a level of support first off right here. This is going to be, it's kind of hard for me to see it. It's at $133.17, so I'm actually going to go ahead and set up a line right here like this, and let's go ahead and set that up as red, right? So $133.82 right there. Further level drop down below. It's going to be on the 21 MA. On the Fibonacci sequence, my apologies. That's at $125.43. Another level drop down below that is going to be on the 21 MA as of on Monday. More than likely, it's going to be right around in this region zone. So we're looking at about $98 or so. And then a further level drop down below that is actually way down here. That's all the way down at 70 cents or $70. My apologies. That's based on the previous trends, right? Now I could shift this over, don't get me wrong, but I'm looking for additional points of reference. And right here we have at least two. If I shifted this over, then this actually gets scaled up and there's not much to really reference off of that. So this is more substantiated for the short term at least, as for us to try and make our basis of evaluation. So that's basically it for this video, guys. Again, if you guys are new to the channel and you enjoyed this, do not forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button as well. Let's get this video to at least 100 likes. We just hit, I think, 3,000 subs on this channel. Now we're pushing for 4,000, and you guys could be a part of that movement. Click the bell icon so you know whenever we have a new video, guys. Keep up to date with everything. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this stuff today. If you agree or disagree, totally okay. Voice your opinions. It's all about the community. I'm still learning, growing on things. You guys are still learning, growing on things. Let's do this. Apes together strong, man. Diamond hands. Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys, and I will see you in the next episode.